Hi, I am so excited that you would like to be a hostess for me. We're going to have so much fun. This is really fun. It's really low key. I know your friends are going to enjoy it. Okay. The most important part of this is to get the right mindset. Pretend you really have invited these friends to your house. Okay. If they were in your house, you would not be shy. You would not be hiding somewhere in the closet, not talking to them. I need you to be on here talking to your friends, asking them questions, tagging them when you see something you think they'd be interested in. If you know your friend loves eyeshadow, when I'm talking about hot eyeshadow, make sure they know it. Okay, so your biggest part is to be a hostess. Okay, I want you to welcome your guests. I want you to interact with your guests just like you would if somebody's quiet. See if you can get them engaged in the conversation, just like you would if you were having a social event at your house. That is the key to how successful this event is going to be. So, excited, fun, that's the whole ball game. Now there's some details. I know some people really like to know all the details. You don't have to worry about these because I will be kind of leading you through them when it's time for them. So you don't need to know all these things, okay? I really will take the lead. I've done a million of these. All right, so the first thing is we need to pick a name. So be thinking about if you want some sort of a cute name like Barb's Beauty Bar, or, well, not Barb, your name, and something that kind of has a cute sound to it. Or we can do something, it's very popular to do a class. So we could do like Makeup 101 class or Skincare 101. Sometimes it's a boot camp, okay, Makeup boot camp with all these new skincare products. It works great to do a skincare boot camp because most people have no idea what they're supposed to do to take care of their skin. So think of a cute name. Then we have to think of the format. You know your friends, I don't. Okay, would your friends do best at a home party at your house? We could do a home party at my house, but most people are more comfortable going to their friend's house instead of some stranger. But that's one option. Another option is as far as online parties, we can do one that lasts for 10 days. If you have friends who really can't commit to a time to show up and be there, a longer event works better because then they can show up kind of at their leisure. Now, all the events that I do, the videos that I do, or the live Facebooks that I do will all be there for them to see. But some types of events work better if people can actually show up and be there during that 1 hour or during that half hour. I have found some of the most successful things that I've done with people have been for 4 days, where really it's a 2-day thing where at about 8 or 8:30 at night, they need to be there, and I do kind of a presentation of how to use things, and there's interaction and talk back and forth. So if you have friends who can actually show up at 8 or 8:30 on 2 days in a row, then that's a perfect kind of event to do. So kind of be thinking about what would your friends do best with. I've also done a fast and fun event that's 1 hour, one night, and that's really all the commitment that they need to make. So think about that part. So the format, so we've talked about your excitement is the most important, picking a name, and what format would work best for you. Now, start listing your friends right now. There are 2 different ideas behind that. Some people say, invite everybody you know. And others say, pick about 30 friends who really love you, who are people who really like makeup, and just invite those people. Of the people you invite, only a certain percentage is going to show up. That's just a given. As you get closer to the event, you can say to those very close friends, invite a friend. They can always add somebody to the group. So, but make it clear that they know, add somebody who really loves makeup. All right, next thing that's really important. The worst thing in the world with an event like this is if people just are trying to be nice to you and they show up. So here's what you really need to do, and this is really the only time-consuming thing at all. You can use cut and paste, but write a private message, send it individually to the people that you're going to invite, and say to them, I'm so excited. I'm getting ready to do this, whatever we call it, let's say makeup boot camp with my friend Peggy. She is a unique independent presenter, and she's going to show us the products and show us how to use them. I am so excited. I can hardly stand it. And it's going to be on such and such a date at such and such a time. Would you like to be invited? That way we're all starting on an even playing field, where your assumption and mine is they want to be there. That's why they asked to be there. You know immediately when the guests that you've invited do not want to be there. They don't show up, they don't act. So our job is to make sure that we invite people who want to be there, and then that we're good hostesses and we're just as friendly as we can be and try to get them to relax and enjoy. All right. One last thing on that. I'm going to try to do I'll make 3 promises to you and to them. I am going to try very, very hard not to be annoying. I want you to tell me if you think I'm annoying so that I can switch gears. Second, I want this to be fun. This is not, some serious class that they need to take and pass. This is fun. And so I want you to pretend they're in your house again. They might even have come for a sleepover there in their jammies. You're drinking wine. It's just a lot of fun. That's the idea. So not annoying, fun. And the third thing is I want your guests to learn something that gives them more confidence. That's really what this whole thing is all about. None of us are wearing makeup because we're ugly. We're wearing it because we feel great about ourselves most of the time, but we feel even better in makeup. And so we've got more confidence. That's what I want to give to your guests. All right, so let's see. I might have to put my glasses on for this one. Okay, so start making a list of friends you're going to invite. Start inviting your friends. Send the private messages. When you hear back from them, I want you to start marking down who said that they'd like to come. All right? You might have to send a second private message as we get closer. Okay, another thing to ask them. So mention my name so they know who I am when you private message them. Also ask them, what would you most like to learn about? Is it skincare? Is it makeup? Is it eyeshadow? Is it brows? What is it you'd most like? Foundations? Are you trying to pick foundation colors? So try to get a feel for what they'd like. I'm going to ask that question also, but it really helps us to narrow down the scope of what we're going to cover in a short period of time. Okay. Again, I want to say your enthusiasm, that is what's going to make or break this. All right. Also think about what time is best for your guests. I usually find that 8 or 8:30 because people who have kids, they've usually gotten them kind of settled. If you go a little bit later, sometimes the questions can take it longer than an hour. So if you start at 8:30, it goes to 9:30. If you start at 9:30, it could go to 10:30. So you want to get it, I think 9's the very latest that you want to do. But look at your schedule, look at theirs, and see how that works. Okay. Now, I want you to look at the products and set a goal. We're going to set a goal together. Look at the things you really want. Send me a private message telling me which things are you really hoping. So what's your wish list for this? What are you hoping to get? The way this works is for every $200 that is sold, you get 1/2 price item and $20. So it goes up as you get more. A lot of people set a goal. So the minimum is $200. A lot of people set a goal of $500. But take a look at what you want and see what your goal is, and let's talk about that. Okay, I need to try this again. Oh, again, interaction. Oh, the way the algorithm works for Facebook is these people are your friends. So they don't send all of my messages out to the people. But if you've made a comment on the message, it goes out to your friends. So there are 2 things we can do to combat that and make sure your friends are actually seeing what we're posting. One is for you to comment, even if it's later and you aren't there right when I'm making that statement, come on as soon as you can and make a comment or two. Okay, that's one thing. The second thing is I'm going to ask your friends early on, hey, I'm going to friend you so that you can ask me questions when the party's over. It also simplifies if you want to send a private message, you're sure to see it. It won't go to the other box. So there are two ways that we can kind of increase the possibilities that they're going to see what we say. All right, so lots of posting. Okay, I'm going to try to make sure that they all know what products we have. One of the first posts I'm going to do is a little survey asking them the same question you did in the private message. What would you most like? So we'll pick 4 things to try to really hit home on. When somebody purchases something, I will not be talking about purchasing. I'll put the link up at the top of the page. I will give you that link when I set up a group. You don't have to worry about setting up a group. All you're going to have to do is you're going to get an email message saying your party has been, begun or started or set up or something. Click on that. When you go and click on my website on your party, that is going to activate your party. Okay, that's all you have to do. You have to activate it. That's all you have to do. So it's a click. So click on the email that tells you and then click on the page. You'll see it's pretty obvious. When you log in to my website, just log in using Facebook. So it's where it says log in, just go to Facebook. Okay, let me see what else. Oh, when somebody does purchase something, I will be thanking them, but they really, really care if you thank them. That's really what they care about. They care about your comments. They care about your interaction. They care about your excitement. They care about your thank you. So those are the things that are most important here. All right, and let's see. Oh, finally, this is important. At the very end, be thinking about this throughout as you see your friends interacting. If you can get 3 of your friends to host an event like this, then I will give you a special gift that's worth at least $30. So kind of encourage them to do it. Tell them how easy it is. Let's get 3 more people to do them, and they can get some freebies that way. You're helping them, and you're going to get something very nice from me. Okay, any questions, just pop me a private message. I'll be talking to you on the phone if you need. I'm available. So let's set this up and have something really successful and most important, fun. It's a party. We're going to have fun. Okay, thanks so much again for doing this.